you love him, come on, put them hands together. Come on, if you love the Lord, put them hands together and bless him today. Yeah! While you're clapping, bless our young people while you're clapping. Bless our young people on today. Amen. Amen. We have one of the baddest youth choirs, amen, on this side of heaven. If you have a young person or child in your home that want to sing, feel free to bring them. Amen. And drop them off on the 4th Saturday morning at 9 o'clock. Now, if you come at 9:05, you might miss practice. Amen. Because we get in and we do what we got to do. I've been a musician for close to 30 years, and I believe that it don't take long to practice. If you come in, your musicians already know what to do, and they have the song ahead of time that they can get themselves together. And you can come in and you can have service, practice, and you can go on about your day. Amen. Amen. But I'm so proud of these young people. Amen. Because they will sing if you know how to teach them how to sing. You know, some people direct us, but they don't know how to direct. Y'all will catch that out of the Bible. Some people are direct, but don't know how to direct. But you got to have the hard desire for it to be around young people, amen, and teach them the ways. And you know, they can sing everything else, but if you can bring them to church and give them something to do, they'll come to church. Amen. Y'all can just look around and see all these young people that are here today. Amen. We're not going to be before you long. Nell is not here today, as y'all see. The good looking one is here. Amen. She's not here today, but I love her. Amen. She had to go in today for an emergency. But we're so glad that, you know, I don't wait till the last minute trying to get sermons together. But I did tell her that she messed me up because this was my sermon for first Sunday. So I got to preach what I was going to preach first Sunday today. Amen. But I've learned that you got to always have something in there that you can preach. So today we're going to look at Mark chapter 8. So good to see all of you, all our visitors and all our friends, and certainly just glad to see you today. Amen. We're looking at Mark chapter 8 today. Something about Mark. I've been in Mark and I've been reading. I've been seeing things. Amen. I just decided just to stay on in the book of Mark. Mark chapter 8. While you're turning there, Mark chapter 8, we're going to look at verse 22 through 26. While you're turning there, continue to pray for those that are sick. We have Sister Shirley that's still out. Then we have Mama May, amen, that is still out. And Mama Booker, amen. Keep all of them lifted in prayer. On today, Minister Mama Kerr, amen. Just keep all our mothers in your prayers. Pastor Person will be leaving today. He's preaching at New Providence at 11 o'clock. Amen. So if y'all see him walk out, he's on his way there. Minister Booker Benson, Minister Benson, she's carrying the message there at the nursing home this month. And so she'll be leaving, trying to get there at 10 o'clock. And then today at 2:30, we will be at Everdale to help celebrate their Black History program. Amen. Certainly looking forward to seeing some of you out there. I know everybody not going to come, and but we would certainly be excited to see some of the faces, familiar faces that we see on Sunday morning. Amen. God bless you. Mark chapter 8, verse 22 through 26. Amen. She got the New Living Translation. Okay. Stay right there. If we have it, say amen. Amen. It says, when they arrived at Bethsaida, some people brought a blind man to Jesus, and they begged him to touch the man and heal him. Jesus took the blind man by the hand and led him out of the village. Then, spitting on the man's eyes, he laid his hands on him and asked, "Can you see anything now?" The man looked around. "Yes," he said, "I see people, but I can't see them very clearly. They look like trees walking around." Then Jesus placed his hands on the man's eyes again, and his eyes were open. His sight was completely restored, and he could see everything clearly. Jesus sent him away, saying, "Don't go back into the village on your way home." Amen. You may be seated in the place of God. I want to talk to you today on the subject, seeing clearly. Seeing clearly. Commentaries teach us and tells us that Mark is the only book that gives this encounter about this blind man. The New Testament records Jesus healing 7 different blind men. And in each case, he uses a different method. We find here today that Jesus has returned to Bethsaida, a town near his home base in Capernaum. And as he returned, he encounters a man in need of his touch. On last Sunday, we know that the power of God has been moving through this sanctuary. We had encounters after encounters, and it just doesn't stop there, but whenever the praise is going on, you're simply welcoming Jesus back into the atmosphere. He has returned. He's here. And there's someone here today that needs to have an encounter with Jesus. Somebody would say that just one touch from him will make everything all right. But I want you to notice something about this man. After Jesus had fed the multitude and all these things he had done, and here it is, Jesus had come back to Bethsaida, and then when he got there, there were people that brought this man to Jesus. The man didn't come on his own, but had some people that was tired of his condition. And they took it upon themselves to get him to Jesus. I don't know about y'all, but I want friends like this. I want friends that when they see me in my condition, they see me struggling, they see me going through. They don't give me their own remedy, but they take me to somebody that can solve my situation. So he had some friends. They were people, amen, that was disturbed by his condition. It's one thing to look at yourselves and see your condition. And you got to the point now, I got to the point now that I can handle myself a little better with my condition. But there's other people that need some help. The Bible said that we must bear the infirmity of the weak. In other words, some people might not be able to move like you. They need a little help. They need a little push. And I'm pretty sure that you done seen some people that's in a bad condition. They don't seem like nothing going their way. Seem like they have more downs than they have ups. Seem like every time you turn around, it's always a bad story about what done happened to them. But can I tell you today, stop trying to give them your own way of doing things and get them somewhere to where where Jesus can help them in their situation. So this man, he couldn't get there on his own because the Bible already lets us know that he is blind. And if you're blind, that means that you need someone to lead you. You need someone to pull you to where you need to go to see Jesus. And so I'm wondering today, how many got friends that when you're going through, they pull you somewhere to where Jesus couldn't handle your situation? There's somebody here today. You came with somebody today, and they didn't know that you had a condition, but they knew that you wanted to go to church. Can you bump your neighbor and say you in the right place? Because when you're in the presence of God, God can come in. I might not know your condition, but God knows your heart. He knows what you're dealing with. He knows what you're going through. Is there anybody in here that's been blinded by your condition that you can't praise God the way you want to praise God? You've been blinded by your condition because some people say it don't take all that, but you don't know the hell I have to put up with all week long. And so if I can get to a place to come to God and say, God, reveal to me what I'm going through, take the blinders off so I can see you better. Lord, I know I got to go through, but Lord, every now and then let me peep out to see how far I done made it. Come on, y'all gotta talk to me today. I just want to see how far I done made it with my condition. And so he had friends. He didn't have them so-called friends. He didn't have no fair weather friends. Y'all know what fair weather friends are, don't you? Fair weather friends are those as long as the weather is good. As long as you got the gas and you got the ride, I'll ride out with you. Amen. Them fair weather friends. But I don't need a fair weather friend when I got Jesus. Come on and shout hallelujah. Because the Bible said Jesus will stick closer than any brother. So if I got Jesus, I don't need friends like that. I don't need friends that when God starts to elevate me, you want to pull me down. I don't need friends, amen, that stab me in my back but want to smile in my face. I call them frenemies. See, they just want to be your friend, but they really your enemies. They just your frenemies. Your frenemies are hanging around. As long as you down, they happy. But as soon as God start to pull you up, as soon as God start to change your mindset, then they want to talk about you. But this man had some real friends. I just need some real friends. I need some real friends. I need some real friends that will tell me when I did wrong. I need some real friends that'll come to me and stand up against me and say, you did wrong. You know you was wrong. You know you did wrong. You need to get up from there. I don't need no friends that gonna call everybody in the neighborhood but me. I'm the one dealing with the condition. I'm the one dealing with the struggling. I'm the one trying to make up my mind. And when I go stay in the world, I'll be on the Lord's side. Don't go talk to everybody else about my condition. If you know my condition, why don't you come and talk to me? Oh, bump your neighbor and say, can we talk about it? Can we talk about it? He said, listen, I got some friends. I want friends. Because the Bible said, look what they did. They said they brought the blind man to Jesus. But not only did they bring the blind man to Jesus, they begged Jesus on his behalf. Y'all better look at it. He begged Jesus. They not only brought him to Jesus, but when they got to Jesus, they didn't stand back all quiet and silent, but they started calling on Jesus for their friend. There's somebody in here today. You got some friends that's been struggling, but can I deputize y'all today? I deputize y'all today. By next Sunday, I don't care how many friends you got struggling. By next Sunday, I deputize you to bring them to the church. Bring them so Jesus can deal with their condition. Pump your neighbor for the second time. They said, Pastor done deputized us to go out and bring somebody they do? They beg Jesus. They beg Jesus. They say, Lord, we got him here. We done brought him here to you. Lord, but now we want you to touch him. Touch him like you did us. We brought him to you because we knew that you're the one that can do this. We brought him to you because we knew that you was the one that when you touch him, he'll never be the same. When you touch him, Lord, all the problems and the issues dry up. When you touch him, Lord, the things that they used to cry over don't cry no more. When you touch him, God, they heal from the inside out. When you touch them, eyes will come open. When you touch them, they got to get up from there. Stop having a pity party. When you touch them, this joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. The world can't take me away. Do you have friends who push you closer to Jesus? Or do you have friends that pull you farther away? Yeah, do you have friends, young people, do you have friends that pulls you closer to Jesus? Or do you have friends that keep you far away? I had friends when I was growing up. They would always laugh at me because I was always in church. I sung in church. I played all types of instruments in church. Every now and then they say, Mitchell ain't gonna do nothing because he's a church boy. Church boy, he go to church all the time, and he's not gonna do what we do. He's a church boy. And you know, and that stuck with me and that hurt me because now they done made me want to fit in with them because I wanted their approval. I wanted their approval because I didn't want them to just see me as a church boy. And now I'm playing with God on Sunday. But I'm doing what my friends did Monday through Saturday. But I came to grips with myself and said, listen, they not your friends anyway. Because if they always trying to make you do bad when you know to do right, they not your friends anyway. So I made up in my mind that I'm a loner now. I had two friends that always rode with me when I went somewhere. I didn't ride nobody else. You didn't like me when I didn't have a car. Now I got a car. Now you want to hang with me now? Just keep on walking and we'll pass right on by you because you talked about me when I was trying to do right. Now I was out here doing wrong, but something about God. One Sunday God arrested me. He said, listen, you're not made to do what other people do. I don't know about y'all, but I thank God for a praying grandmother. Because when I go down to my grandmama's house, she said, you my little preacher. You don't know it yet, but you are my little preacher. And God got something greater for you. And I remember one Sunday, we was down at Mount Zion on the hill, right down in Coffeeville. We had a little choir. We were singing to God. And that song said there was a brighter day ahead. And something got a hold to my hand. And I tried to keep my hand down while I was singing. And something about my hand, I couldn't keep it down. And the hand went up. And I started worshiping God. And my grandmama sit out there in the middle of the aisle. And she looked at me with a smile on her face. And she said, there it is. Yeah. See, a lot of times we play with God. And God will let you keep on playing with him until he catch you in a messed up situation that you got to stop playing with God. Can you bump your neighbor and say, quit playing with him? Because God is getting ready to open up your eyes that you can see greater things that's getting ready to happen in your life. Who can you think of right now that God wants you to bring to him? Who is it that you can think of right now? Who is it that you can think of right now that's been blinded by the world? That's been blinded by their circumstances, been blinded by their hurt and their abusive, and they've been blinded by all these things that are going on in the world. Who is it that you can think of right now that needs Jesus in their life? And so next Sunday, I'm deputizing y'all. Next Sunday, every pew ought to be filled. Every pew ought to be filled. only. I deputize you in the name of Jesus. Listen, I got a photograph from memory. I know where you're sitting at. And there might be somebody sitting next to you next Sunday. Amen. Because we got to bring these people out of the street and keep them from being blinded by the world, that they can see who Jesus really is. Don't your neighbor say, I'm ready to go to work. Oh, you better be careful. Because I'm going to be looking next Sunday. I see you, Cherie. You said I'm going to work. I see you. Yeah, so I want somebody to be with you next Sunday morning. Yeah. I see y'all. I see you. Oh, yeah, somebody might be with y'all next Sunday. So what did Jesus do? Jesus honored their request. But look what he did. He honored their request, but he didn't do it in their time. Neither did he do it in their timing. He didn't do it in a place of setting. So in other words, Jesus was saying, now this thing, now you got him to me, now this thing has become personal. This thing has become personal. They asked him to touch the man. Jesus took the blind man by the hand. Could you imagine how this man felt? Can you imagine how he felt when they said touch him and Jesus took him by the hand? Lord, I just asked for a touch, but he took him by the hand. I wonder how he felt when all you had to do was touch me, but Jesus said, I can't do it right here. I can't do it in a time, and I can't do it in a place of setting. I got to get you out because this is a personal thing now. You've got me here. You done brought the person here. Now it's time for you to step back and let me deal with it. You done prayed for me. You done asked God to come in on my behalf. Now step back and let this thing become personal with me and Jesus. Because some personal things you can't handle. Some things that I've been through, you can't handle. Some things that I've been holding in myself, you can't handle. Now this thing has become personal because Jesus didn't only touch him, but he grabbed him by the hand. Oh Lord, precious Lord, take my hand. Lead me on and let me stand. But look what he did. He led him out of the village. He led him out of the town. Jesus wants to lead you away from your unbelief. He wants to lead you away from your unbelief because you got to understand something. Bethsaida was a city or a village of unbelief. These people in this city, they didn't believe nothing. They didn't believe the miracles. They didn't believe nothing Jesus was doing. They had unbelief. Every time something would happen, they would always have doubt about what happened. I hope you ain't sat beside somebody today and you need a miracle from God and you sat beside some unbelievers. I need to touch and agree with somebody that my condition is about to change. And so here he said, listen, I can't heal you in your timing. I can't heal you in your place of setting because there's some people around you that's not going to believe what's happening to you. There's some people left you for dead. There's some people said you were going to never amount to anything. You jumped out of college. You jumped out of high school. You can't keep a job, but the devil is a liar. The same way that he picked me up, in the same way God can pick you up, but you got to get from around unbelievers. Because unbelievers will mess up your testimony. Unbelievers will say, oh, you was already healed. And they know your condition. And so now, Jesus led them out. Because Bethsaida was a city full of unbelief. Luke 10:13 said, woe to you, Bethsaida. This is Jesus speaking. For if the miracles that were performed in you had been performed in Tyre and Sidon, they would have repented long ago, sitting in sackcloth and ashes. And so what Jesus was saying was, every city I went to, they've repented. I went to Tyre, I went to Sidon, they heard the word, They seen the miracles. They saw the healing, and they saw all the things that I was doing, and they repented and turned from their wicked way. But you, Bethsaida, you got so much unbelief that I can't do anything. I can't work miracles. And so in order for me to work miracles, I got to bring you out of the village and take you into a place where I can get personal with you. So Jesus led him away and dealt with him personally. He wants to relate to you on a personal level. The man needed a personal touch from the Lord. He was the one who was unable to see. He was the one that was dealing with walking and had to touch everything every time he moved. Yes, it would have been, amen, a blessing to see others healed. But their healing would not have provided sight for this man. They brought me here. And it's not me that need a touch. Amen. But it's the man that needs a touch from the Lord. Jesus led him away from distractions and noise, getting him into a place of transformation. He saw his condition in verse 22. But the transformation takes place in verse 23. He had to get him to a place of transformation. And so what I'm saying is God has to bring, amen, you out, amen, to improve, amen, your sight and your seeing. And so now he has to get him in a place of transformation. Amen. So he's about to change this man's life. Because this man has been walking around blind for a while. And he hasn't been able to see. And so the Bible says he took the blind man by the hand and led him out of the town. And when he had spit on his eyes and put his hand on him, amen, at this time spit, even though it sounds gross, I told you at the beginning of this message that Jesus used many methods. He never used the same method, but he always used different methods when he performed miracles. But at this time, this man, amen, Jesus spit on his eyes. And I don't know about y'all, but that's kind of gross to me. To stand there already blind, and now, amen, I feel something wet on my eyes. But Jesus had a way, because back in the day, amen, they used to use spit because they said that spit back in these days had medicinal effect in it. And they used spit. And that's maybe why mama used to use spit. Amen, when we was a little ash around the face. You know how your mama used to lick that. Your mama ain't never did that. She licked that down about 3 times. Come here, let me clean you up a little bit. Amen, it was medicine in it. Because where you once was ashy, now you look good. Amen, so here. Jesus had to use a little spit. Amen. Because this man had some issues with his eyes. And so Jesus used a little spit because this was medicinal effect. And here it is. Jesus, amen, began to talk to this man. He said he couldn't see anything but could feel everything. He spit on his eyes and he put his hands on him. He asked him if they saw anything. He said, in other words, I done pulled you out and I'm getting ready to deal with your condition. But I got to get you in a private setting because some people ain't going to agree until how I touch you. And so now I got to bring you in a private place that I can touch you the way I need to touch you. And that's something about me that every now and then I got to get in my private place. I used to hear the old folks say, sometimes you need to steal away and get in your secret closet and talk to Jesus, because just a little talk with Jesus will make everything all right. And so every now and then I got to get in a private place because Jesus might want to touch me somewhere that you might not be able to handle. Lord, if it's my mind, touch my mind. If it's my heart, Lord, couldn't see anything. He said, ask him. He said, could you see anything? The man said, I see people. I see people. And man, they look like trees walking around. Can I tell y'all something? Y'all don't get too loud on me right now. Can I tell y'all something right now? It looks like to me that this blind man wasn't blind from birth, but something happened along the way that he became blind, because ain't no way in the world a blind man for the first time open his eyes is able to look and see people looking like trees. Somebody in here has been blinded by the world, but God said, look the second time. I want y'all to look at the scripture in verse 23. He had to touch the man, and then on over in verse 25, after the man said he looked like trees, the people look like trees, he had to touch the man for the second time. Healing didn't come on the first touch, because I believe the first touch was the seed where the man's faith was, and the second touch was the touch of healing that the man may be able to see. Can I tell y'all today, some of us need more than one touch from the Lord to make us all right. Is there anybody here that need one more touch from the Lord? Is it you over here that need a touch from the Lord? Because the Bible said when they touched the man, Jesus put his hands on his eyes again, and look what he did. He made him look up. Come on and talk to me. Y'all know how blind people, when blind people walk around, they always looking down. They always trying to listen to what they're coming around, especially those that got sticks that got to lead them around. They got the bump on the side of the wall. Listen to the echo that I can go to where I need to be. But now that Jesus touched me, I don't have to look down. I can look up. Is there somebody here that's been looking down? Is there somebody here that's walking around with your head hanging down? Let Jesus touch you for the second time. Your head will be lifted. There's somebody here that needs the Lord to touch your life. There's somebody here that needs the Lord to touch your mind. Yeah, there's somebody here that's still looking down. But if you look up, you will see the goodness of the Lord. If you look up, you will see the favor of the Lord. If you look up, you will see the blessing of the Lord. Look your neighbor. It's a neighbor. Keep looking up. Help is on the way. Help is on the way. Is there anybody here that needs the Lord to help you right now? Wave your hand. Help is on the way. You've been blinded by the things of the world. Things will keep you bound. The first thing, when the man opened his eyes, the first person he seen was Jesus. Let him touch it so you can see Jesus. Let him touch it so you can see his mighty works. Let him touch it so you can tell somebody. Let him touch it to let somebody know it was Jesus. Touch me for the second time, and I ain't the same. The Jesus did, after he healed the man, Jesus told the man, he said, look here, when you go on your way back home, he said, don't go through the village, but go another way. Y'all got to look at the New Living Translation. He said, listen here. He said, when you go home, go another way, because I don't want nobody doubting your miracle. I don't want nobody to tell you were putting on a show, because what I did for you, it wasn't a show, it was a miracle. Is it anybody here that need a miracle? I need a miracle. I need a miracle. I need a miracle. I need a miracle. Is it anybody here? Y'all trying to fool me now. Some of y'all been going through the storm. You've been blinded by your condition. But God said you don't have to go that way. Let me deal with your condition. Let me deal with it so you can see me again. Let me deal with it so that same storm they won't rise up against you no more. That same storm can't hurt you no more, because I found out, just like in the Sunday school lesson, this young man, this blind man, he was in good hands. I know a lot of us got insurance, but do you have assurance that if you leave here, that everything will be all right? I got insurance. I got State Farm. Some of y'all got, and then Allstate. Allstate says that you're in good hands with Allstate. That's insurance. But I got assurance that I'm in good hands of Jesus Christ. The storm will rise. The wind will blow. But long as I hold on to his hand, I can see clearly now. And whatever happened to me to cause me to be blind, I can see now. Because he touched me. I'm no longer the same. What kind of touch was it? The first touch was a leading touch. Because he led me out of a village that didn't believe. A leading touch. The second touch was a touch of conversion. He led me out with a touch. And the touch caused me to be convicted. Not only convicted, but I've been converted. And now that I've been converted, I'm being corrected. My situation is being corrected. Y'all see it in the scripture? His sight was being corrected. He was blind, but now that Jesus touched him, he corrected his eyesight. Then now he's able to see. And so what I'm saying is today is that Jesus wants to touch you. He wants to touch you so that you can see clearly. He wants to touch you today so you can see him for who he really is. I don't know about y'all, but I'm tired of being defeated. I'm tired of being defeated. I'm tired of the devil telling me I can't win when I know I'm a winner. Come on, y'all know y'all a winner. Come on. I'm tired of the devil keeps speaking over me. God, help me to see clearer. Let me see things clearly now. That when I do something wrong, when I fall short, I ain't got to run from you, but it's a time to run into him and say, Lord, I'm sorry. Just keep working on me. Just keep working on me. I'm not perfect. Listen, I'm not perfect, neither are you. But we serve a perfect God that can keep on working on us. I fall short sometimes, but keep on working on me. I don't always do things right, but keep on working on me. Seem like I want to fall back, but keep on working on me. Seem like my mind get the best of me, but keep on working on me. And after a while, you'll make me, and I can look at myself and say, oh, what a change that had come over me. I want to be changed. 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 Then we can testify and say, I know I've been changed. No matter what you say about me, I know I've been changed. You can talk about me what I used to do, but I know I've been changed. I did some things that wasn't pleasing in the sight of God, but I know I've been changed. And see, now things that people say about me now don't matter no more, because I know I've been changed. I've been touched the second time. But not only the second time, I've been touched the third time, the fourth time, the fifth time, the sixth time, the seventh time, the eighth time, the ninth time, the 10th time, the 11th time, the 12th time. How many times have the Lord gave you one more chance? See, if y'all don't shout on nothing else, you should have shouted because God gave you one more time. One more time. Hallelujah. Glory to God. See it clearly. See it clearly. God bless you today. I hope you can see clearly now. If you done got to Jesus, if you done came to Jesus on a private and personal level, and let the Lord deal with your condition, you won't go back the same way you came. You won't go back the same way you came. Because he told him, don't go through the village. Go another way. Don't go back to what you came out of. Because I done changed that. Amen. God bless you today. We open the doors of the church now. If you're looking for a church home,